Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we take you through all the trending stories that everyone in Dubai is talking about. Of course, how can we not talk about the breaking huge news yesterday? UAE residents in India, Pakistan, and 4 more countries can finally come home. We are super excited about that. We'll also be talking about a spectacular dinner show that you can try out.
And apart from that, we'll be talking about jet skis that are officially banned from Palm Jumeirah and Dubai Harbour, and the Dubai Summer Surprises Summer Resort in Dubai Mall and the Dubai Marina Mall that are full of activities that you can be checking out this summer.
And later on in the show, do stay tuned, because we'll be joined by none other, Nelia Tar. She moves for a living. She is a motivator. She's a fitness guru, and we're going to be asking her all of the questions, how she keeps motivated at times like this, because I don't know about you, but I need that motivation.
Oh my God.
I really do.
Don't we all? But before we get into today's show, our sponsor for today's show is Emaar Malls, who are going all out for Dubai Summer Surprises with the unmissable kid-friendly summer resort. Heaps of Insta-worthy moments and big prizes to be won. Full details coming later in the show. While Emaar Malls is the sponsor of today's show, the opinion statements are Lovin Dubai's.
And as always, before we jump into the top story, good morning to everyone. Good morning, Ali. Good morning, Simran.
Good morning,
Hope you're all doing good. Today is August 4th. And I don't know about you, but I woke up with a lot of memories on my feed today, because today does mark the 1-year anniversary of the Beirut explosion, when a blast at the city's port took the lives of 218 people, left thousands injured and 300,000 people homeless. The blast was even felt in Turkey, Syria, Palestine, and more countries, and the blast spurred protests to prevent the disaster, and further people protesting to hold the people behind the bombs accountable. So today we're remembering the people who lost their lives, their homes, the injured, and of course the families in Lebanon and beyond who are still grieving and still mourning that loss. It's been a year, but just watching more of that footage again today as people are remembering it, I think we all do remember where we were when that huge blast shook the Beirut port and beyond. It was just kind of so shocking, and obviously with such a massive Lebanese population here in Dubai and here in the UAE, it was such a scary time for so many people, and we really felt it as though it happened to our friends, because obviously we work with so many Lebanese people, and everyone was just like getting in touch with their family, and everyone had that scary moment of just, you know, trying to, because obviously, like I said, it was felt in countries beyond, and for families in Lebanon, like houses were shook hours away, glass broken houses hours away. Everyone in Lebanon really, really felt that. They're still feeling it. So today we really kind of just are thinking of everyone in Lebanon and beyond.
Yeah, it wasn't just an explosion that shook Beirut, it was an explosion that quite literally shook the whole world, and it was said to be the 6th largest, one second, I just want to get the stats right, 6th largest accidental non-nuclear explosion in history, and the trauma still lingers. Like a year later, it still lingers, and protests have been organized worldwide to hold those responsible accountable, and we are praying that it does lead to that, and that there is no political propaganda for those protests, and it gets the outcome that it has been designed to.
Yeah, just like you said, it was the 6th largest, I think, non-nuclear explosion. That footage really just shook me, and I remember it was like, probably, what time was it in Dubai? Maybe 9 p.m. or something, and the news
happened
just...
at 6 p.m. in Lebanon?
6 p.m. in Lebanon, so maybe like, I'm not sure, time difference, a little bit later here.
Yeah.
And just as the video is coming through, it just didn't feel real. And I'm sure for a Lebanese person to see like their home port explode, like it's just like this kind of surreal, scary, shocking thing. And it was caused by a nitrate blast within a warehouse at the port. And like I said, like you said, they're protesting to hold the people accountable. But our thoughts and prayers are with everyone in Lebanon and beyond today.
Yes, for sure.
Moving on to our top story. This broke yesterday. Absolutely massive, huge, great, beautiful news. UAE residents in India, Pakistan, and 4 more countries can finally come home. The news so many of you have been waiting for finally broke yesterday. So this is fully vaccinated UAE residents in India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Nigeria, and Uganda will be permitted to fly back to the UAE from tomorrow. Now, there are small hoops that you will need to jump through, but I don't think anyone will mind, being that it's been months and months. So yes, you do need to have a valid residency visa. So they're not just letting tourists fly back, it's everyone who has a valid residency visa. You must also provide proof of vaccination, and it must be 14 days after the 2nd dose of vaccine before you'll be allowed to board that flight. The vaccine must be approved here in the UAE. Now, there are also pre-flight requirements, such as you must get your permit approved on the Federal Authority of Identity and Citizenship before you fly, in addition to vaccine certificates certified by the concerned authorities and PCR tests within 48 hours of departing. Which is, to be honest, in general, when you're traveling, this is the type of stuff that you have to get done anyway. But yes, you do need to go onto the Federal Authority and get a permit. Now, there are categories. If you are not vaccinated, there are categories exempt. So, for example, people working in education, people working in humanitarian, in the medical sector. There's a number of categories that actually are exempt from this. And if you're a UAE resident, you can still come back. So jump onto NCMA, National Centre Crisis Management Authority, get all the information from there. But I think the big headline is that residents, for the most part, in these countries will be able to come home from tomorrow. And I just, there's been so much, it's been months and months, and of like questions and flights and airlines saying this and that. Finally, it's happening, and hopefully, flights will open up tomorrow.
Yes, for now, it's, like you said, mostly for residents. It hasn't reached out to tourists and those on visit visas as of yet. But this is amazing news, because with school starting, students can come back, teachers can come back, families can reunite. And it's after such a long stretch, after April 24th.
I think Simran manifested this, because yesterday we were chatting about it, and even Simran has been saying, like, she's like, look, there's so many students stuck abroad. Like, it's the worst time they've been since April 24th, so right before the end of the term ended last year, and all summer, and thinking, am I going to get back? They'll be back in for September, actually excited about school because it's been so long. So I think you manifested it. And
not me. I think it's all the rest.
No, but you were really keenly feeling their pain.
Oh yeah,
for the new school year.
I'm sure we all were, and it shows how considerate the UAE is. Honestly, like, knowing the schools are going to start, they have made sure to factor this into it. Like, students, medical staff, and faculty members of schools and educational institutes will be allowed to come back to the UAE regardless of the vaccination, like what kind of vaccination status they're on right now. As
long as you have your residency visa, which is just fantastic. I think so many people share the story, and like, it's so nice to be able to share good news. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's so much negativity, and it's so nice to have people be like, love this, and share it with their family and friends. So great news.
And this is one of those that brings such a relief. So when you say it, it's like, finally, people.
Is this also the same theme for the next story, do you think?
You know what? The next story, it's like, when I first read it, I'm just like, oh my God, isn't that a bit too intense? And then after reading the reasoning behind it, after researching, I'm just like, this makes total sense.
Interesting.
And what we're talking about is jet skis being banned from Palm Jumeirah and Dubai Harbour. Now, following reports of multiple mishaps, injuries, and even a tragic death as a result of jet skis, these self-propelled vehicles have been strictly prohibited inside Palm Jumeirah and Dubai Harbour vicinities. Now, the circular released by Dubai Maritime City Authority DMCA on Sunday, August 2nd, clarified that jet skis shall not enter the area and violators shall be strictly penalized. Now, violators caught operating their jet skis inside the restricted zone will be fined 500 dirhams. Now, that's your first offense. When you're caught for your second offense, the fine will be doubled, and the third offense will lead to fines of 1,500 dirhams, with your vehicle being impounded for a month. And this announcement was made as a result of months of campaigning by concerned residents living in the area, because there have been many accidents, and last year in specific, in December 2020, it was reported that a British Dubai-based father was killed in a jet ski accident close to Palm Jumeirah, and the then incident had also left in other residents severely injured. The ban will not only contribute to reducing noise pollution within the vicinity, but will also add to the safety factor around shorelines, and residents who privately own jet skis and drive it safely can look to ride near Dubai Marina or Dubai Beach Residence, which is JBR. So these are areas where you can still operate your jet skis. And
oh wow, because my question was going to be, how far does the area span? Because to me, on a weekend, not that I live that boat life, but looking at the yachts, looking at them from, like, you know, that Blue Waters Bridge, looking at the yachts and looking at the jet ski, that's such an iconic Dubai weekend. It's like, this is how people live their lives. So I was like, if those jet skis are gone, it will be a whole different landscape on the sea at the weekends, but it'll just be actually probably more traffic potentially.
Yeah, in a side that's away from residential, because the Palm, like we know, has a lot of residential areas in the shoreline, like in the leaves, what do you call
the fronds?
The fronds, yeah, fronds.
Yes, the fronds.
And but you know what? It's so great for families and kids playing in the beach areas and the shorelines, that because there have been many close calls with swimmers and in the swimming lanes with jet skis, just like drag races and fast speed, people who operate in really fast speed and like can do those tricks and turns and stuff. So it's just adding to the safety factor in the whole vicinity.
And as that whole area is expanding right before our eyes, like that Dubai Harbour is actually, it's not at its full capacity yet, but it will be one of the largest harbours in the Middle East. So that's soon going to experience a lot of big yacht traffic. So it's one of those places that you've seen for 10 years, and then right before your eyes, it's transformed to this whole new area of recreation. There's hotels going up there. So obviously that will also be clear from jet skis too. But it was so great, like when you wrote the story yesterday, some of the comments were like, oh, so from my boat I won't be able to see the yachts, the jet skis anymore. It was like sarcastic because I don't think she had a boat. But
oh my god, I really wish I had a jet ski. It just looks so cool.
I've actually done the jet ski tour, which is interesting actually, because one of the top things you can do in Dubai as a tourist is take the Nemo water sports jet skis, and they do a tour about the Burj Al Arab, which I've done. It was for James's birthday. We got a voucher from his mom, and you get really cool pictures. So. I'm just saying, well, you can't do it anymore. So.
Where are these? What do you mean you can't do them anymore?
Because you can't go and jet ski in front of the Burj now, because that's... Oh, it's separate, isn't it? No, I got confused. I'm thinking Atlantis.
Girl.
It was the whole tour. It's a great day out. I would recommend.
Totally. Like, I've been wanting to do it for years, but my friends are just lazy. Anyway,
I wouldn't. If you want to do something, new friends. Get new friends. Or do it yourself. Yeah. Jet skis are a solo thing.
Is it? You went with a group?
Well, I went on a two-person actually.
Oh, wow.
No big deal. Let's move on to something that you can do with as a group. This is one spectacular dinner party show you need to try. So this weekend it was Sally's birthday, and sorry most of the team, but we went on a girls' night out, which is needed. You need a night out with your girls. They call this a nocturnal adventure, offering a luxury dining concept compared with nightlife, consisting of special shows and a spectacular entertainment. This is Billionaire. It takes place at Taj Hotel, so it's a nighttime venue. But it's not just a dinner party. It's not just a dinner show. It's a spectacular, it's like circus performers on stage with a team with incredible voices mixed And I think we kind of went, let's say a couple of us, maybe 7 of us went.
Yeah.
Didn't really
Yeah.
know what to expect. What was your opinion of the night?
It was epic-tastic. It was so much fun, and just seeing the performances, and then like the performers had like eye contact with you the whole time.
Oh, this is
Right? I feel like the performers had eye contact with all of us, right?
Were you trying to make eye contact with people that you thought were like cute on the stage? That is literally what she was doing. I saw her. She was like, "Hi guys."
At one point, it was me, Natasha, and Saba just sitting there, and we were like staring at the one guy, and we were like staring and pointing, and we were right at the front, and he sees us and starts laughing, and we're just like, you know, those girly giggles. But anyway, it was on another level. The performances, like when she was on the acrobatic performances, right, in the big hoop, and I was gonna say in the sky, on like near the ceiling, and just, oh my god, the stunts were unbelievable.
Yeah, we have some videos beside us. I think going like a dinner party show. So first of all, like the food is incredible, the service was even better, but it was the performances that really shook us. A little bit racy, I will say. But I don't know about you, but I put some stories. We have some up here beside us. I put some stories on my own page. And like so many friends got in touch, and they're like, "What is this? Where is this?" Because I think I've known the name Billionaire for a while. It's owned by Flavio Briatore, who's the, I'm going to say F1 entrepreneur, because I don't know exactly, but he's an Italian businessman entrepreneur, very, very famous. So I've known that the brand was connected to him, but I actually haven't experienced it since they redid it a while ago. And just in general, like the performers were fantastic. I think it's a group of maybe 7 or 8 of them, 2 kind of star singers who really led the show. The kind of host for the evening was hilarious. There was like a point where he wanted to make sure that everyone was like following social distance guidelines, and he really like put people to shame, which I loved. But yeah, really, really great night. And even like if I'm just looking at one of the videos, like can't.
Snap, honestly.
Yeah.
And the entrees just kept coming, and they were so good. I didn't want to eat carbs that night, but I just could not have it. I was like elite.
As a veggie, do you think you were well looked after?
Fed? Yes. Oh my god, definitely. I told I'm a vegetarian, just get me grass, because I don't want carbs. But they're like, they got me carbs, but like, you know, like little light portions, and vegetarian sushi. But anyway, like the whole spread just looks so good, like you can see in the videos beside us.
Yeah, and they really sorted us out. And of course, it was Sally's birthday, so what you want on your friend's birthday. It was a bit of a celebration. So at dessert, they brought out these like really spectacular looking dessert dishes. Sally hates, I was going to say, she hates public attention, like between our groups. She loves it, but like anything public she doesn't like. So happy birthday, Sally. We really loved celebrating at Billionaire. And thank you, Billionaire, for giving her the best birthday night. It was fab.
It was so good. And it's like you had those performances, so you don't have, you know, like this weird, awkward conversation.
When you go out with your work friends?
Yeah.
Why do you have weird conversations?
Who are you sitting beside? I just want to...
I don't know, like I'm just awkward in general, so it's like nice to have a performances. Anyway, moving on. So Dubai Summer Surprises is back at the ultimate summer destinations, the Dubai Mall and Dubai Marina Mall, that are immersing you with a world of kid-friendly fun and games, spectacular roaming entertainment, Insta-worthy locations, and prizes for the entire family. Now, this summer, there's something for everyone in the family. With every turn you take, there are chances of winning exciting prizes as you shop. All you have to do is spend 250 dirhams or more and take your receipts to the summer resort and pick out an envelope for a chance to win an amazing prize with Skyward Smiles and You by Emaar points, Emaar gift cards, and address hotel staycations, and much more that are up for grabs. And this is only until 17th August 2021, so make sure you're out there at the malls shopping, collecting the receipts.
and having a fab family time.
Of course.
Like it's we always talk about what's happening for Dubai Summer Surprises, and these are some of the coolest activations you can check out, especially for family. Like there's so much going on in terms of Insta-worthy moments, like taking cute pictures. It's really nice at the summer resort. A lot of fun things that you can do, kid-friendly activations. So basically get the kids in there, and then for me and you, we can win big prizes. So if you spend over 250 dirham, the chance to win all of those prizes is there. So if you are thinking of heading down, head to the Dubai Mall and you'll find the summer resort on the first floor near the aquarium, or Marina Mall. It's located on the ground floor of the Dome Atrium. By the way, the Dome Atrium at Marina Mall is one of my favorite. I just feel like every time you go in, it's so magical, Christmassy. It's always, and then usually they have something big, like, or especially at Christmas, they have this gorgeous thing there. It's quite nice. But yeah, so it's a massive Dome Atrium. There you'll find the summer resort happening, and that's where you can do all of the kid-friendly activities and win those prizes. So I would definitely check it out. By the way, as an extra in the Dubai Mall, they're also going to have roving performances and entertainment, plenty of photo ops, plenty of colorful photo booths happening. So if you are walking through the Dubai Mall and you see these kind of interesting performances, it's for Dubai Summer Surprises, and it's all happening down there.
That's so much fun. It's like you go there for shopping and then there's all these extra things you can do, and anything with pictures, I mean, like, it's just an automatic win.
But we need it because it's so hot outside, and I think especially families are looking for things to do with their kids indoors this summer. So anyone that's putting on these kind of fun activations, well done, because it's so needed.
I love the Dubai Summer Surprises. Like, they just make sure that if you're here in Dubai for the summer, or if you're even not, you want to come down to Dubai for the summer, it's just that much fun with concerts and activations and prizes, staycations. Oh.
Speaking of staycations, actually, so exciting. We mentioned at the start of the show, yesterday we were giving away a stay at Canopy by Hilton, fab staycation at the new cool hotel down at Al Seef, which is just 10 minutes from the airport. And we have the winner. So if you entered yesterday, we got so many entries on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. Very excited to announce that the winner is at Darren_Bridge. Oh, we just clickbait. Ali, can you do Instagram? Thank you. This is a little behind the scenes hiccup. We had a small behind the scenes hiccup. I think we're back on Instagram. I'm going to go back through. And the winner of the staycation at Canopy by Hilton is Darren_Bridge on Instagram. Congratulations.
See, this is just proof that we read your comments. We see you. We see everything you say. And then we choose a winner from that.
That's creepy.
We're always watching.
Oh, we are creepy.
But Darren, if you're watching, we will send you a little message a little bit later after the show to get all of your details, and you enjoy that staycation at Canopy. And I think it's a 2-person one, so
take us. It's one of us.
We're available.
Yeah.
Who knows? That is no audio.
No.
It'll come.
No.
It'll come.
Hello.
It's this happened yesterday. It's
Someone said you're very beautiful.
It's fine. It just takes a little while on Instagram to come back because I was watching yesterday.
No, yeah, a couple of them are saying they are not able to hear you.
1 minute.
Same. Okay, we'll just keep talking and see if they can hear us.
Well, let's just intro the guest because it's going to take some time to set that up.
But
so,
do we tell them about Darren again?
I think the audio's back now.
It's back now? Okay, Darren won from your comments.
Congratulations. Sorry, I think it's Darren.
Oh, who was the winner? Darren. Sorry. Darren.
Darren_Bridge. We're going to message you straight after. Enjoy that staycation at Canopy by Hilton. And that's it for us. However, stay tuned. We have a fitness guru, a motivator joining the show. She's someone who's not climbed not 1, not 2, not 3 of the world's most impressive mountains. She's always on the move and looks like there's no slowing her down. Stay tuned for fitness guru Nelly Attar. She'll be with us in just 30 seconds. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. We are joined by someone who's not climbed not one, not two, but three of the world's most spectacular mountains. She's always on the move. It looks like there's no slowing her down. Please welcome fitness guru Nelly Attar.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
We're so excited to have you to learn a little bit more about your journey. But it's funny how we met like 2 days ago.
I know. It's amazing how we met. So we were lifting in Vogue CrossFit. It's a gym that I just joined. And Casey was kind enough to share her space and bar with me.
Well, we weren't really I was standing by a bar. I thought that you looked like you needed a bar.
I did need a bar.
And then you were like, I haven't lifted in so long. So I was like, assuming that you would just be kind of like, you know, like me, like using the plastic bar instead of an actual metal bar. No, you were just like piling on, like absolutely no problem, perfect form. And I was like, who is this girl?
Well, Casey did a great job. Casey actually did a great job.
Well, little did I know, I was speaking to someone who's completed many Ironmans, who has climbed Kilimanjaro, let's get into it. How did your fitness journey kind of to those spectacular feats, how did that start?
How did it start? So I think I've always loved moving. I've always been dancing. I've always been on the move since I was a kid. We didn't have that many sport activities in school, but whenever we did have a chance to get active, I would. I think I really embarked on my sports journey when after I graduated, actually. After I finished my undergraduate degree, moved to the UK, sports was a way for me to work on my anxiety, to channel stress, to channel anxiety. And I used to deal with panic attacks. So it really helped me combat anxiety, stress. And then it became a way of life for me, and it became part of my life. And over the years, after graduating from my master's, moving back to Saudi, I just started to immerse myself in more and more sports. And I started to venture into CrossFit, marathon training, half Ironmans and then climbing. So it just started to build from there, and it's just, I feel like it became my life. Like, if I'm not training, I'm thinking about training. I'm socializing with people through training, and I can't imagine life without moving now.
What was it like going back to Saudi and then starting on your kind of climbing and Ironman adventures? Like, is the landscape there quite easy for you to take part in all those pursuits?
The landscape has changed over the years. When I first moved back in 2013, there weren't that many female gyms, and female gyms were actually illegal. So it was really...
What? In 2013, female gyms were illegal in Saudi?
Yeah,
wow.
2013. And that's actually the reason why I shifted careers. So I moved to Saudi working in therapy and psychology, but sports was not very accessible for females. And I was a certified trainer. So then I thought on the side, I'm going to start teaching classes. And that's how actually my career in sports started. And the landscape started to change over the years. So in 2000, I believe, 17, female gym licensing was issued. And then that's when a lot of female gyms started to open up, and then you started to see women training outdoors. So it's evolving and it's growing. Mm-hmm. The landscape is growing. And yeah. And
at what point did you move into climbing? And please tell us a little bit about kind of the mountains that you've climbed, and let's say, for example, the climb that you're most proud of.
The climb I'm most proud of is Everest.
Amazing, by the way. No big deal, amazing.
And actually Denali, Everest, because my dad was still around. He passed away 9 months ago. So he was still around to see me climb. And Denali this year, because we didn't summit, but it was the climb that challenged me the most, that taught us the most. And every single day there was a new challenge on Denali, from storms to our guide having to be evacuated and getting injured to us running out of food. But every day we stuck through, and I felt like, wow, you don't know you have this much strength unless the only thing you have is strength. You have to tap into your strength. So Denali is one of the other climbs that I'm very proud of.
First of all, very sorry about your dad. I'm sure he was very proud of your whole fitness journey. What was, I guess, one of the most challenging experiences for you on the mountain?
Denali or Everest?
You tell me.
Everest, I think it was the cold. I could not deal with the cold. I'm really cold right now, actually.
Our office is freezing.
So Everest, I mean, we're on the mountain for 2 months, and what I really missed was the warmth. Every night I go into bed or my sleeping bag and I'm freezing. And I throw in all my layers just to stay warm, and I have layers in the sleeping bag and I tuck myself in. Still, it's super cold. So the cold was the hardest part for me on Everest. Denali, I think the uncertainty, because we were climbing every day, facing so many storms, not knowing what's going to happen, not knowing if we're going to have a chance at the summit. So it really tested our patience every single day. But that I'm grateful for.
When you say we, how many of a team were climbing together?
On Denali, we were 4 climbers, and we started off with 3 guides, but then we ended up with 2 guides. So in total, we were 6. Everest, it was a whole expedition. So we were 11 climbers, and then we had our 3 main guides, our Sherpa team. So it was a massive expedition. I think a team of 20 or 30, roughly.
What is your mental trick when you don't know you're on a mountain, you have no idea what's coming next? Do you have a trick mentally that you tap into, or are you just that determined that you make it happen?
I just think life is short, and while I'm here, I want to do my best. I want to experience what I can experience, and I'm so privileged to be able to do these things and to take my body to these places. So no matter what happens, let me do my best. And there's a quote that my dad used to always say to me, which is, only those who risk going far can really find out how far they can go. So that's, sorry.
No, I love that.
Yeah, so that's something that always resonates with me. You don't know how far you can go, Nelly. Just keep trying. One step after the other. Do your best.
It's amazing. What is the process for preparation? So take any of us in the studio, if we wanted to do a base camp, or like what's how much preparation in terms of like work out, have a social life, how many hours a day do you put in versus how many should we be putting in if we want to do something that impressive?
It depends on the climb. It depends on the duration. So the training would be reflective of that. Something like Everest and Denali, I would train anywhere between 15 to 20 hours a week. And then there's all the preparations that go into it, from the gear to speaking to your guides, your team. The closer we get to the climb, you just like, I had tunnel vision. All I was thinking about was Denali prior to the climb. But if you're going on a track, for example, like Kilimanjaro or Everest Base Camp, of course you'd need to train, but it's something that's very manageable. So as long as you get in some endurance a week, you spend some time going uphill on, in the towers, that's like a great place to train, or hiking here in Ras Al Khaimah. If you spend some time every week training, it could be 3 times a week, along with some strength and getting used to a backpack, you'll be set, you'll be fine.
It's interesting, on your Instagram it says you move for a living, but before you came on the show I was kind of saying to the team some of the feats that you've accomplished, and right now more than ever a lot of us just need motivation, and like Shahir is talking about starting the gym, and I personally feel like it's very hard to actually like achieve the fitness goals that you want to achieve. So what keeps you moving? Like, how do you continue to move?
How do I continue to move? I think once you start, it's really hard to stop. Once you see how good it feels to move, how alive you feel, being in remote places on the world, climbing, challenging yourself, it's hard to stop. And I think, it was one climb that led me to another climb, and it's the same thing with racing. It's always hard, it's always challenging, and when you're doing it, a lot of times it feels miserable. But once you're done, that feeling is just undescribable. You get like moments of euphoria that are, I think, that you can't get doing anything else, right? Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, there are times when I'm not motivated, but it just became part of my life. And it's like brushing your teeth. You wake up and you brush your teeth. You don't brush your teeth when you're motivated. You don't count on your motivation. You just do it.
You just do it. Mm-hmm.
So it's the same thing with training. Make it part of your lifestyle. Make time for it. and you feel so good. It feels really enriching to move. We're designed to move. Our bodies are designed to move.
Interesting. Feel motivated. I want to go onto that mountain and have my space. Tell us a little bit about Move Riyadh, because I know you're the founder of that, and we'd like to know a little bit more.
What would you like to know?
Tell us all about it for someone who's never heard of Move Riyadh.
So Move is Saudi's first dance studio. It's the first studio that focuses on dance. I founded Move in 2017. I was actually working as a life coach at the time, and I had some spare time and I was still teaching classes on the side. So my stepdad kindly offered me his warehouse. He had a warehouse in his offices that he wasn't using. And he was like, Nelly, instead of teaching classes everywhere, just focus on that space and teach classes for free, because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to encourage people to move. So I started offering free boot camps from there, teaching Nike training classes. And then it just became this really buzzing space. Like, people were all talking about this underground, hush-hush space that like women would come to after work and they would train from. So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna actually use this opportunity to start teaching dance from there as well. One thing led to another, monetize the space. Some of my clients actually volunteered their time to help me turn this into a business. So it started to evolve, and then it became Move. And then 4 years later, we have a team of 11 trainers.
Wow.
We offer all kinds of dance classes. We offer hiking trips for females. And where we can, we try to encourage as many women and men to move.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Was it tricky in the last year? Obviously, everyone's business work was affected. How did Move survive?
It's been very challenging, of course, to say the least. We're still not operational from this space. We had to adapt.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we had to survive. I mean, that's how we were able to survive. We had to adapt. So as soon as the pandemic hit, we closed. We started to offer classes on Instagram, free Instagram classes, Zoom sessions, and a lot of our sessions were actually for charity. So if we charge for our classes, a lot of the proceeds would go to charity. And then we started to focus more on fitness again, because dance was really challenging on Zoom. And we've been running fitness programs every single month, and we've been encouraging people to hike out, to get outdoors to hike, because that's a safe way to stay active in groups. So that's what our focus has been on, and we've been doing the periodic dance classes and private dance classes. That's how we've adapted, and we'll see what's going to happen in the next few weeks and few months.
That's amazing. As Saudi adapted and kind of allowed more gyms to open up, it seems like you were there at that very moment, ready and waiting. It seems like it was just kind of destiny that you were there to start all those classes. So amazing.
Yes.
If anyone wants to get in touch with you, if they want to reach out, if they're interested, how can they do that?
Please reach out to me on Instagram, on my account, on Move's account. You can reach out to me by email as well. I'm happy to answer any questions and to support you guys to move. Yes.
And right before the interview, Nelly sat down and she was like, Shahir has now said that he's going to start the gym. And I go to the, 200 meters away? We go to
210
Vogue.
meters, yeah.
So now Shahir is going to be coming. So look forward to see you there.
Yes, guys. Please hold them accountable, okay? Shahir is moving, starting tomorrow.
Nelly, that's a very inspiring story. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate your time.
Thank you. And I just want to say, for all those that are tuning in from Lebanon or those that are Lebanese, my heart is with you. I really wish you strength and courage. I wish us all strength and courage to go through today, and I really pray for better days for Lebanon, and I hope that justice will be served.
Well said.
Thank you.
Guys, that is it for us on the Lovin Dubai show. We're back with you every single weekday morning, same time, same place. Stay safe and wash your hands.
Thank you. Thank you.